Last time on the Leverage Lounge podcast.
Tell us how you got into real estate, first of all, and how you ended up with 6 kids. And not like that, because I love your story. And there's nothing traditional about your story, and the people need to know. So let's talk about it.
So before I even got into real estate, I was a secretary at Disney World. Loved the job. I loved those passes that I got to go into Disney and take my 6 children for free. So how I have 6 kids, my husband and I have 3 biological sons, and then we were licensed foster parents. We fostered about 15 children in total. So I have a sibling group of 3. They have the same biological mom and dad. And we fostered them, and their parents got their rights terminated. Then we had a decision to make if we wanted to pursue adoption or if we wanted to maybe put them in another home that somebody else wanted to adopt them. So my little one is about to be 9 years old, and we've had him since he was 3 months old. So there was just no oh, here you go. So no,
you can't do that.
So we ended up adopting them. And yeah, they're ours. So we have 6 kids, and it's so funny because every time I say, oh, I have 6 kids, people look at me, and then I get you must have not had any TV.
Right. You and your husband must love each other. Yeah.
Yes, we have 4 boys and 2 girls. And how I got into real estate, so I would never forget, in 2019, my husband got laid off, and he was the one who was basically the breadwinner. He made the money. Disney, I didn't make a lot of money. He got laid off, and I was like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? How am I going to afford to sustain a family of 8 on $30,000 a year? No, the math ain't mathing at that point. I was like, something's got to give. And I always wanted to get into real estate. I always had a desire of, I love, touring houses. I just love helping people, right? Obviously, I adopted 3 kids. I went on Google. ChatGPT wasn't there, right? Just yet. I went on Google and I was like, okay, real estate license course in Central Florida. And I just took the course, did what I needed to do. And I've been licensed going on 6 years now.
Boom. So let's talk about the meaning behind Evolve, because your brand centers around helping clients evolve through real estate. So walk us through what the journey looks like from the first-time home buyer to building long-term generational wealth.
Man, it's so beautiful. And what I love about the evolution is that everybody's evolution looks different, whether it be someone's going from renting to first-time home buyer, whether it be from first-time home buyer to getting a second property or upsizing, downsizing, somebody's retiring, somebody's wanting to invest. It's just so beautiful just to kind of see the evolution in different people's stories. So it looks different for everyone. I do a lot of relocation. So I have a lot of clients from up north, down south in Miami, California, even the Midwest too. With the relocation clients, we handle a lot of the things we're boots on the ground here, whether it's a to-be built and we're checking in on the house, we're making sure that we're communicating with the construction manager to make sure everything is going how it should be. So it's kind of they put a lot of trust into us, because there have been clients where I haven't even honestly met in person. We toured the house virtually and they were like, this is it. I trust you, Alexis. And then we handled everything and the rest is history.
That's so cool. I mean, that's a business that many agents dream of, having these leads coming to them and wanting to work with them because they are who they are and they feel like they know them. They feel like they trust them all through the screen before they've ever even met them. That's remarkable. Does that still blow your mind every once in a while?
It does. It really does. I mean, don't get it twisted. This didn't happen overnight. Yes, I get inbound leads, but I work really hard for them. So we're constantly out. I travel a lot to different cities. I just don't do business in my backyard. I do business where I need to. We record a lot of time spent outside. It's a blessing, but I didn't start off on YouTube. I started first as a solo agent doing open houses. Then I joined the team and I was on the team for 2.5 years. And I was the top producer in that team. And I was cold calling. And it was just like, hey, this is Alexis Diaz. I saw that you put your information. You were interested in 123 Main Street. And they're like, who? And I closed deals on that, but I was just like, this is not fulfilling. I don't feel aligned. And all it took was me to go to a class. Another real estate agent was teaching about YouTube, and I just took what was said, and that's it. I made it my own, and 2.5 years later.
You know what's wild is, so I remember, I've known Alexis for a long time when she first got into real estate. I remember when you stepped off of that team after being on the team for what, 2.5 years, you said?
Yeah.
And you were like, all right, I got to go get it now. I got to go figure this thing out. And there was some nervousness, but here's what I love about the story is that you did it anyway. You did it scared. There's a lot of people who allow fear to hold them back, but you were like, I'm going to embrace the fear and I'm going to do it anyway. And now here you are, a mother of 6, a full-time realtor, the CEO of your group. How have you built leverage into your business to protect your time while still growing at this pace?
Be sure to catch the Leverage Lounge podcast live every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Eastern on YouTube.